Hey folks, it's Maxie here. Welcome to another TEW2020 video. You join us a few days on from the last episode of this particular series. We've progressed from Monday with a television taping on the Wednesday, and now we're back with the end of month big show for July in 1983. This one is kind of like similar to what you've seen previously. It's really kind of like ending storylines here so they can start afresh going into August. Because of the amount of time between shows, there wasn't really enough time to build anything up straight away, so we carry them on, and feuds in this era can last for a while anyway, so we're strictly going with a lot of that. Again, we're on the MSG network, we're on Telemundo PR Puerto Rico, and we're on the TV local in the southeast, and of course in the tri-state area, again with a big crowd hopefully. We will be here with a sellout crowd, hopefully about 40,000, so hopefully the gate receipts give us more money, as we just want to make sure we're as financially viable as possible before getting those exclusive written deals on as many of our superstars as possible. I don't want to get into bidding wars, because if the AEW sales taught me anything, you're going to pay a pretty price for some good wrestlers and good talent, so it's going to be a struggle. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the series so far. As I said, I just want to try and get as far in the future of this save as possible. I just see how it goes and book way before my time, and hopefully, as I say, have many WrestleManias in the upcoming years as well. So thanks for watching, it's much appreciated. A wee thumbs up is appreciated. If you are enjoying it, a wee hit to the sub button just drops these in as quickly as possible. We'll get the plugs out of the way as quickly as we can. If you're looking to buy the game, Grey Dog Software, use their website, that's where the only place you can get it. And of course, use the forums for patches, mods, etc. Everything there. TWDB, I highly recommend this as well. All the mods are on there as well, and a lot more graphical stuff too. And of course, Fantasy Booker subreddit, if I can speak English for a second, a lot of written and physical diaries there in that regard, and a lot of videos and a lot of just general discussion. But yeah, if you love Reddit, it's a good wee subreddit to check out. So let's crack on. Let's see what we've got in store. So I said basically looking at about 41,000 ideally. I think everyone I've always got lower than my expected attendance, but I think one thing that we can hopefully benefit from is the rise in the economy in the wrestling industry, and we're aiming to get about 71 because that's our popularity within our home region. Show itself, 11 segments here, a lot of stuff regarding Bundy and Superfly, continuity in the World Wrestling Federation. Who would have thought? So I start the show in front of the sold out crowd. We're obviously straight off the bat trying to get Bundy over with his 48 promos, just saying it. I know what I've done to King Snuka apparently last week. I'm the true king around here. And Jimmy Snuka better watch his back. Ideally, again, I would have had Bobby Heenan in at this point, but he's still working in Japan. Every date seems to be when there's a WWF taping or event. So yeah, pretty disappointed not got to use him yet, but Bundy can do stuff on his own, and he can certainly kick some ass, and hopefully we'll get him over before his mouthpiece finally makes it to the World Wrestling Federation. Our opening contest had Bundy in action, and King Kong Bundy defeated Tito Santana in 8:13 with a big splash. A 57 rating, I'm happy with that. Tito, far greater performance than Bundy, so it's going to take a bit of work to get him over. Absolutely delighted though, these two had pretty good chemistry, and I didn't even know, because this was the first time they were facing against each other. So that's certainly good to know going forward that Tito Santana's happy to put King Kong Bundy over. Second matchup had great heat and good wrestling as Larry Zbyszko defeated Pedro Morales in 9:10 with a pinfall. A 61 here, no move for Larry Zbyszko. Both guys were a good performance, 60 and 73. No storyline, we are simply just making sure Larry Zbyszko is getting over on a major event, effectively. Continuing the theme with matches, because we are going to have a lot of segments towards the end of the show. And about that had great heat and decent wrestling. In a 6-man tag, it was the team of Jim Duggan and the Road Warriors who defeated Gino Hernandez and the Eastern Bloc, when Road Warrior Animal defeated Gino Hernandez. That shouldn't have happened, it should have been fucking one of the Ivans. Not ideal, but Gino takes the pinfall here with a top rope power slam. I suppose long term, if you're losing to the Road Warriors, it just makes him look stronger, but yeah, I wanted Gino to take a loss here, but not necessarily him take the pinfall, just to get an L in his column, but one of the puts or call off to take it, or as are now known as the Eastern Bloc. So thank you to the recommendation. It was put on the Grey Dog Software forums. I can't remember the username off the top of my head, but yeah, love the idea and I'm happy to roll with that, so thank you if you are watching. So a bit of a clusterfuck Gino losing. Jim Duggan sustained broken fingers, which is going to probably not sideline him, but he'll have to work easily for a bit, which is not ideal when I have, in a week's time, 4 weeks worth of wrestling challenge tapings. Everybody pretty level in performance. I'd say the standout is Gino, and off his game was Ivan Putski. So we'll get hopefully Gino back in the win column going forward, but he takes an L tonight. Thanks, Larry. And Putski gets some heat. Next up, in a rematch from the last event, the King of the Ring, where they drew in a bout that had fantastic heat and great wrestling, I had Kurt Hennig defeat Jake Roberts in 13:44 with a Hennigplex. This was a fantastic 74 rated matchup. Hennig with 79, Jake with 69. The storyline advances, although will end, and this got the crowd hotter and pretty good chemistry between these two. Lifted it, so it's good to see. Hennig pretty much is our Hulk Hogan at this point. And after the matchup, he taunts Bob Backlund. So if it is going to be Backlund retaining the championship, it looks like he'll be going after him for that. If not, he still wants a piece of Bob Backlund. So that's a 72 promo. Hype video for Hogan and Andre. It's something different for the usual promo. So obviously we're going to see them tagging in action next, and that gets a 77. The match also got a 77, and it was about that had great heat and good wrestling. I had Andre and Hogan team up with Eddie Gilbert to put him in a good position to try and, rob some of that overness onto him and get him some good momentum. And they defeated Dr. David Schultz and the Wild Samoans in 13:54 when Hogan pinged Arthur with the big leg drop. In terms of in-ring work, Andre's still head and shoulders above everyone. Hogan's going to be affected by his injury, but it's that way where Andre has the in-ring performance, the aura's on him. Hogan gets carried along because of his injury, but he picks up the win. And you can see there, Schultz had a good performance, but they all really did well as well. Hogan's obviously going to take a toll with his injury, but the match got the crowd hot again. But this is really strong. Hopefully, we're looking at a situation where we have three areas that gain pop from a very, very strong card. Next up, Snuka just says some words about King Kong Bundy, which was a 76, just saying don't get in my way going forward. The match itself, and about that, had fantastic heat and great wrestling, saw Backlund defeat Jimmy Snuka in 20:52 when the obvious thing of King Kong Bundy came in and attacked Superfly, giving a 26th title defence for Bob Backlund as he retains the championship, carries it on, so that's an 82 rating there. It might be our joint highest match. I've still yet to go over it, but the only negatives there: locker room morale and Jimmy Snuka's declining physical ability and the beatdown. An argument between Bundy and Snuka ends the show. So it was probably a bit obvious we were going to go Snuka versus Bundy, and we're going to go Hennig versus Backlund. But I think Hennig versus Backlund could be something sensational, if I'm being honest. And a 78 might be one of our best ever shows, and that increased our popularity in 3 regions. You can see there, really, really solid. Bundy's one that's going to be a work in progress, but I think if we can elevate them, because you don't want to elevate them too high at this moment in time, because somebody could just snap them up on a written contract and then they're gone, a written exclusive, and we lose them. So it's keeping them at a good place, so when they are tied down, they're firmly ours, and we just go from there. Not really bothering about a speech, unless it's like a really negative locker room with hundreds of people I want to keep, then I'll do it then. Oh wow. A lot to look at. Let's catch up with it. So All-Star Wrestling has expanded to just various regions. It's all local stuff, so they're going to be going every kind of area, but it's like the most minimal amount. I'm just really worrying about getting to the next step in the areas that we need to. So that's fine. A lot of places. There's the show there that ran 900 and sorry, that was All Japan at the show. Our show really struck gold, so that's good to see. And the next one that will affect us is Jim Duggan. That's fine, it's just going to take him out for a week, so even at that I can still work. It's just going to affect these matches. Hogan's heading for injury. I'll need to start. He's really getting fatigued. Honestly, he's wrestling a lot. As you can see there, other companies wrestling. If we just go to there, that's his whole run of July, so that's pretty much what, 2 matches a month, maybe more. New Japan giving him a lot of grilling matches. We've been not bad, ours have mostly been tag matches, but yeah, we might need to look at them. But what I've quite find quite mental. So you can see here, total record 65 wins, 49 losses. If we just change that to the World Wrestling Federation, 31 wins, no losses. He's never lost. Hogan has won every game. We've given him that strong push. You can say his matches, his start ratings are getting better, but you can clearly see where we've just kind of went, just shadow and work with Andre. But as I say, hopefully that rubs off on him over time. But we're pushing him, and I'm happy with it so far. Anything else there that does affect us? Not really. Just been told about Duggan's injury and Hogan and Schultz needing a bit of a break. And with 0.18, which is 138,000 fans watching the show. If I just quickly want to check a few wee things. Finance, we are 1.7 up, but that is going to drop quite considerably. So do you know what? Let's quickly skip through these and yeah, see what kind of financial position we're in. If it does help us look like that we're gonna maybe even be better running 2 big events. Let's see here, Adrian Adonis is a new NWA Heavyweight Champion. Anything else that directly affects us? Recovery for Mick Foley, Rocky Santana, Butchery, they've got injuries in one of our tapings. That's fine. Oh, if that's only taping 3, then taping 4 is still to come. Oh no, sorry, because the first show would be live, so that's the last of the tapings. That's fine, so this Friday I'll have 4 back to back. Wonder if we just bring in Mick Foley again to lose 4 times. Now here we go. So the Sensational Destroyer's been hurt. We've got an injury for Nick Bockwinkel. We've got a new champion. This is the Great Malumba, wins it. Robert Gibson's got an injury. Who's the main one? There we go, look at the difference. So first off, our ticket sales are 1.2 million up, and our profits up 883,000 because of that. Our worker costs were obviously a wee bit higher. Show costs were up a bit. Production wasn't too much, it was only 30k. Your big other one was your miscellaneous, but as I say, the gate receipts have helped, and that puts us to $3.3 million. So we can soon hopefully get in a position to start offering written contracts, because the only one that will be close to us will probably be Georgia. If I just go the other way, sorry, that's me. They'll be our biggest threats. 3.5, there you go. So they'll be a wee bit bigger in just terms of where they are in places, but in terms of like prestige and momentum, even then we should be higher. Well, there you go, 69 prestige, 76 momentum. So we just need to get over in places. You know, we've got the money, we've got the prestige, we've got momentum. We just need to keep acting on that. So last but not least, let's have a look at those news items, see if I can get my bit back. 0.02, and that's just other stuff then I delete, that's fine. So that is other thing actually. I'll really check top 100s. So the big end of show for July, so that's good that most of our shows have been really good with 78s there. There you go, the Bob Backlund Snuka match, and 82 is one of our highest matches. So that's good that we're starting to get matches that are going to keep getting us pops, and we can hopefully get these wrestlers over, get the storylines running, and start pushing towards the high 80 and into the 90s. Top attendances, we have still dropped a wee bit because we're a wee bit less in our home region, but that would nestle in 5th place, sorry, in terms of attendance. So this is a weird part to come back into the episode. But yeah, basically that particular error just keeps happening. I've been able to continually replicate that, so I'll post that up in the forums, so we won't get to see where we are in terms of the top 100 TV ratings. Maybe next episode, we'll see. But yeah, there wasn't really much else to add on to that, except for thanks for watching. You'll probably see this post up in the forums if you venture on there. Hopefully it's been fixed, because this was back in the 104 patch, and I assume by the time this goes live we'll have some new ones. So yeah, at least I've finally got an error that I can report to the forums. I feel like I'm finally useful. Apart from that, thankfully, no data lost. So cheers for watching, much appreciated. This was Awkward. See you soon. Bye bye.